You see, this stuck out to me from Ephesians chapter 6. It says, and it talks about the armor of God, right? One of the pieces is the shield of faith. It says in the Bible, it says in Ephesians 6, verse 16, above all, take up the shield of faith with which you will be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked one. And what stuck out to me was how it said, you'll be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked one. You know what that means? There's no attack, there's no temptation, there's no fiery dart, which I think is a lie from the enemy. Like a fiery dart is representing a lie or a temptation or an attack. Any lie that Satan tells you, it doesn't have to pierce you. It doesn't have to hit you, because you can take up the shield of faith, and that can extinguish every or all the fiery darts of the evil one. And then the Lord brought to my mind 1 Corinthians 10, which says, no temptation has overtaken you that you're going to be stuck. No temptation has overtaken you that's not common to man. God is faithful and will always provide a way of escape. There's no temptation that you have to succumb to. There's no lie that you have to believe. There's no fiery dart that has to hit you, because the shield of faith can extinguish every single fiery dart of the evil one. You see, if we just have faith in God's word, simple faith, childlike faith in what he says, we have power to overcome the enemy. You see, faith is believing what God says is true. If we simply believed these promises, the fiery darts don't have to hit us. And guess what? You know what else stuck out to me? Let's say you have the shield of faith and you don't believe for a second, and that fiery dart hits you. Before you put the shield of faith on, you actually already have the breastplate of righteousness on, because it says that you put on the belt of truth, helmet, the breastplate of righteousness. So even if that fiery dart misses the shield of faith, you don't block that attack. Guess what? You still have the breastplate of righteousness on. So even if you get hit with that fiery dart, it didn't kill you, because you have the breastplate of righteousness still guarding you. So you see, it's just powerful, and there's so much in it. But man, if we just understood the power that God has through his word, then we wouldn't be so beaten up by these fiery darts, these lies. Because when we know that we're righteous, because of what Christ did, that truth sets us free. And that truth helps us bounce back even when we fall. A righteous man falls 7 times and gets up each time. Guys, when we get hit with the fiery dart, we renew our mind back to truth. We're transformed by the renewing of our mind to what God says about us instead of how we feel. We live by faith, not by sight. So let's have that shield of faith up today, soldiers.